Talent transfer. What is it? Talent transfer is where an athlete transfers from one sport to another. It is another option from retirement for athletes who want to remain in the competitive scene. A well-known athlete that has done this previously is Petr. After retirement from football, Petr did not want a complete break from sports. Instead, the former goalkeeper transitioned to professional ice hockey, a sport he had a passion for since childhood. This move sparked a wave of excitement and curiosity amongst fans and athletes alike. Once retiring from football, the goalkeeper found a local team in England to join called the Guildford Phoenix, where he would play as a goalkeeper in ice hockey. Petr didn't want to just retire easily and enjoy the fun in a second sport he loved. He wanted to use his transfer of skills from being a goalkeeper in football into a sport that requires reflexes and defensive tactics too. To this day, Petr is still playing for the same team. This sends a powerful message that with dedication, it is possible to start again, even in a field as challenging and physically demanding as professional sports. Moving on to a very unusual talent transfer example, next we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who mastered being a black belt in Taekwondo at the age of 17, then moved his career to football, where he achieved over 30 trophies in his footballing career. In 2018, for Zlatan's 500th goal, he scored what people are calling a Taekwondo goal. This is where Zlatan watched the ball come over his head and spun before executing an athletic backheel chop to send the ball into the net. Was he able to score this because of being a black belt in his youth in Taekwondo? So why does this work when there are two completely different sports? Well, in Petr's example, it is due to being position-based. He has transferred his goalkeeping skills to do the exact same thing, only this time it is on ice, and it is only the environment that is changing. So, some similar skills developed in sports can be nicely transferred amongst sports. Others require a little more than just a transfer of skills. Zlatan didn't possess a professional footballer's ability when he was a black belt in Taekwondo, but he used these skills of flexibility and awareness to reach up with his foot and cushion the ball down. This gave him an advantage as he used these skills to help him in the position he wanted in football. Many reasons athletes choose to transfer talent is because they are trying to avoid retirement. See, many athletes love the work they do, so having to retire at a certain age is hard to do so. This is why athletes look in other directions to push away the thought of retirement and continue within sports. When someone is dependent on exercise, they might experience withdrawal symptoms when exercise isn't available. This is where talent transfer steps in and offers to deal with those who are struggling with the thought of retirement and give them a chance of staying active within sport. Talent transfer has become such a big thing for athletes in the last decade especially, that even companies such as British Weightlifting are offering a program called the Talent Transfer Program. They aim to look for athletes with potential careers in weightlifting and offer a 2-year program where athletes get the chance to attend training camps as well as learning the fundamentals of how to powerlift like a professional. Programs like this aim to inspire athletes who have recently injured themselves or are experiencing burnout from their current sport, a chance to hit the spotlight in another sport. Now, this may sound like British Weightlifting are just being nice and offering a program for young athletes, but talent transfer is also a method of talent ID. They look in the direction of athletes who already have the sporting background and use this to their advantage. Instead of looking for athletes who are inexperienced in sports, they look for skills where they could be transferred from other sports. This whole process makes it easier for the professional coach to teach a new skill to someone who has already got a background in sports. Goldbin 2018 says that talent transfer is like a second chance. There may be many post-puberty athletes who do not achieve expertise or who leave their sport due to age, injury or deselection, but still possess physiological capacities and skills that can be used in their sporting disciplines. The underlying issues faced with talent transfer is how do athletes know when to transfer or what sport to transfer to. For example, how is a gymnast meant to recognise that they have the potential to become a successful Olympic diver with no real outreach to tell them. Not only this, but does an athlete fit right into the sport they are intending to transfer to? What if a rugby player doesn't quite fit into the roles of anyone on an American football team? This could happen because there are other underlying factors that determine whether an individual is going to be successful in their sport, such as skill, fitness and determination. As Colin et al. 2019 says, it may make more sense to develop a comprehensive and well-integrated talent development system which would facilitate the transfer between sports of athletes who have already received investment from sport. These systems could then be supported by educated coaches who have experience and understanding of the challenges faced by TT athletes. This way, athletes who experience injury or burnout from their current sport have an idea of what to do after the process it takes to stay within sports.